Yo. Can we talk about the 2020 Awakening Purge that is happening right now? The what, why, and how of it. What's up, everyone? I'm Nicole with Flame Revolution. I'm a consciousness mentor, a badass coach, and I sound like I'm about to spit some lyrics, but I'm not. Well, I guess I'm gonna spit some lines of goodness. Whoo, this purge, what is, we talk about in the spiritual community, the purge, like this purge that happens within ourselves. What is that really? And we're having a huge ascension, awakening purge that's happening that no one is exempt from on this planet. No one, all right? And so, what is that? So purge is a purification, a cleansing. It's a cleansing of all of this and energetic bodies that you are. So it's on all different levels. It's on the mental, it's on the emotional, it's on the physical, it's on the spiritual, like soul level cleanse that's happening right now. So why is this happening? This is happening because there is so much light codes coming. There's so much light codes coming from higher dimensional levels, from like, when you think of like heavenly realms or higher dimensions closest to God, source, creator, they're coming through. You're seeing them come through. How we know that it's actually happening, when we look at it scientifically, how it's happening. If you guys don't know about Schumann's resonance, they're able to test the frequency of the earth. The earth stays at a pulse. It has a heartbeat. It has a electromagnetic pulse. And what happens is every once in a while, but lately it's been happening almost every day, the power and the amplitude of that starts to magnify. So you're seeing these huge, like, in it. Sometimes so much that if you look at one of the charts of Schumann's resonance, you'll see the actual machine that's taking this data shut down. That's how much energy comes through. So it comes into the planet, it starts to vibrate in the planet, and she starts to do her thing, and then they're able to record that. And you guys are feeling it. You guys are feeling this in your beings. You're feeling it, you know. And how is this happening? Like how? Let's talk about the how, right? As it's going, this energy is going into your field. It starts to bring light to the shadow. It starts to bring light to the distortions in your mind. It starts to bring light to the trauma points, physical trauma points in your body. Let's say that you were physically abused when you were younger and you always got hit in the face, in the back of the head, like smacked, or, you know, hit in the side. Those would leave imprints of trauma, right? If you're sexually assaulted, your womb, if you're a man, whatever part was involved in that, these sex organs are going to feel it. So you guys are definitely probably experiencing erratic emotion, going back to memories that you thought that you were kind of over, or that you thought you worked on enough. You may be feeling actual physical pain. And so as this is happening, what's happening is it's wanting to show you. It's wanting to show you the places. It wants to show you in your mind. Now, when you are going through a moment of like, there are times where it's going to hit a trigger point or a trauma point where you're going to feel like you're losing control. Like, I'm straight up going to tell you, your emotions are going to go so much into the vibration of the distortion, which is like gross. It feels horrible. You guys know what I'm talking about. You start to feel into it and your whole being is panicking. It's freaking out, doesn't understand, because your new life feels very different than that old stuff that happened to you. And so as you are feeling this, I promise, because I know from spiritual and universal principles that we never stay in one place for too long. We're always shifting back and forth. We have a rhythm about growth. And so if you're going to go right into the wound, you're going to go into the distortion, you're going to go into this energy that makes you feel like you want to crawl out of your body, know that you are about to pivot into some space. So purging can happen like you throw up. It could come out the other end. It could feel more energetic, like a push. You could feel like you are detoxing, because you are. You could be sneezing a lot. You could be coughing a lot. You could be burping a lot. Laughter, crying, and I said emotional, like a lot of rageful screaming could happen. And now that you know that we're in this process, so the light is coming in and it's pressing for you to see too as well. And it's also pressing it out. It's like almost wants to do it for you. It's just, how can you? So here's the part. How can you anchor in while this is happening? So first of all, knowing that you're in this process is really important. Knowing that it is an awakening purge, right? So it's coming to awakening, which means your eyes are going to get wider, your heart's going to get wider. It means that there's a benefit to this. You're not going to just stay in this. That's the first part. Second part is, how can you have self-care during this process? This is not a time for you to judge yourself, right? Where you're just like, wow, I'm erratic, I'm crazy, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, Nick. I went backwards, I slid backwards. The shame, the judgment, right? It doesn't mean you can't apologize for some things that might be coming out of you. You might be saying, you might be doing. Doesn't mean you can't make amends for those things, right? I'm not going to just go and like blah all over people, purge and project all over people, and then just kind of be like, well, Nicole said that, no shame. Cool. Yeah, no judging self, but being able to clean things up pretty fast with yourself and with others. Lots of water, lots of nature. I know for some of you it's winter. It's winter here, but Florida's winter is like, it's beautiful. It's like fall. Warmth, a lot of support. Call your friends, right? Don't do this alone. And also to pay attention to what's going on here, what's coming to your consciousness, right? Like, it's interesting. I just had a huge purge I'm breaking free of a cycle that I have. I have this cycle that when I get really big breakthroughs in my life, or like I'm handed something that I really wanted, I start to panic. And in the past, I used to really ruin it, like sabotage the whole thing. Now I make a little bit of a mess. I make a little bit of a mess because I'm scared, right? Because I want to wreck the whole thing. I want to set it on fire. I want to break down. It's not full breakdown. It's just like I start doing these little things because I'm petrified. Parts of you are coming to the light right now. Parts of you want to be looked at, right? There's this part of me. We all have sub-personalities. My inner friggin' protector, my inner saboteur is pumping right now. It wants to run. It wants to blow stuff up. It wants to fight with Dov. It wants to create isolation. It wants to say that it's not going to be okay because I am using these things to try to protect myself from my fear. There are inner child parts that are coming up for you right now. That's part of the purge. That light is hitting those little babies in you, those little parts of you that are scared, those little parts of you that had to defend itself, those parts of you that had to come up with patterns and cycles and things to be able to protect itself, to be able to survive. Pay attention. Pay attention to those parts. Are you sabotaging? Are you punishing the inner punisher? Whoo! If I just punish myself enough, I'll do better. Those parts of you that are dying for you to say, yo, it's okay, I got this. Your adult part being like, we got this. It may not look that good right now. It may not feel that good right now, but it's going to be good. We are gutting some of our deepest wounds, core traumas. We are being relieved of them by the light. This love that is light is coming in to allow us to be whole again, remind us that we are whole again, allowing you to have that experience in this 3D form, right? So that you will know thyself, you will know thy creator, and you will be able to live in a different experience, a different world, a very new world. And not that we're changing out of this world. We're just changing the reality. Our eyes can shift so quickly. Our emotions can shift so quickly as the consciousness is understanding the truth. And the truth is that you are very powerful. You can do this. We are doing something very big right now. No matter what you see, all the illusion, all the delusion, all the smoking mirrors, I promise you, we are awakening big time. And it is happening right now. 2020 finale, all that good. So here is to unification. Here is to purification. Here is to cleansing. My coffee. I'm just sending you so much love for your journey, for this process of purging. however that is coming out of you. Let it be so that there is space for you to feel you, space for you to be home, space for Creator here, space for all those, to fill it with something real that's going to be everlasting within you.